Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday, so Talk Tuesday. It is crazy hot outside, even at 10 a.m. So we are walking in the water. Now, for those of you who are new-ish, this is what I do in the summer. So we can still go for a good length of hike. And no one gets heat stroke, especially me. So it's not the easiest terrain in the world. That being said, it's worth it, in my opinion, to make sure they're all cool. So like I have special boots that I wear. You can't do this in water shoes, I discovered, because some of the rocks are kind of jabby at the ankles. Oh, spider twig. Hold on. And all that being said, video might be kind of choppy purely because I take my time to make sure I have my footing. So we have up there, if you can see them, there's Phoebe, Murphy, Denver, Hamish, Nova, Saxon. And today I wanted to talk a bit about boundaries. Hold on, we have an entanglement. Okay, peeps, not happening. Honestly, it's the kind of temperature that they're not super thrilled. Come on! They're like, but you were headed back to the car. I saw you. Murphy, not a cow. Thank you. And this was one I meant a couple weeks ago, and then I got sidetracked by puppy and puppy videos. So, if your dog is perfect, you're completely happy with them, you're okay with everything they do, this video is not for you. Come on, Phoebes! However, a lot of questionable behavior, things like my dog doesn't walk nicely on leash, separation anxiety. Ooh, that's gonna be higher than my fanny pack. Let's see how we do this here. Suffice to say that 9 times out of 10, when I get a phone call about a dog that someone's having troubles with, are you stuck again? This is one of the first questions I ask. I'm gonna pause the video for a sec because I have to go help a dog, and then we'll do a jump cut. So hold on. All right, part 2. So we turned that corner. I wanted to wait until after that because that footing was very, very dodgy. It's all rocks, right? So it's not like I'm walking on sand or dirt. Gotta tell you, I get really strong feet in the summer. Okay, so boundaries. This is something, I mean, obviously we're already working on it with puppy. At 8 weeks old, we started working on it with him. And that's to make sure that he grows up to be well balanced and that we have things to fall back on. If we need help training. I'm gonna pause again, guys. Okay, part 3. I forget. This is the thing about different parts, is I forget where I left off. So, just talking about boundaries. And I'm include like threshold training, crate training, all that in the same sort of circle. And don't get me wrong, crate training a puppy, while occasionally can be super easy and awesome, rarely is. So for example, Kronk, the first night we had him, we put him in a crate for sleeping. And you gotta understand, that's super challenging for a puppy. Like, they just came from a home where they're constantly with siblings. They're never alone. Phoebe, let's go. And especially Kronk's home, like, it was a really busy home. Big family, lots of dogs, lots of stuff going on. To go to our house, which is a lot quieter, like it's just Evan and I and Murphy. And Murphy, honestly, currently wants little to do with the new edition. He'll get there. Like, he's already showing interest other than what the heck is this thing and why is it in my house, which is good. That being said, we're obviously not going to have them alone together for a while. I mean, not ever really, but not without bars in between them anyways, which is why, like, some of you guys might have seen the puppy video where I showed you the little playpen. Oh, Karen. So that's like his daytime. Whenever Evan and I can't have eyes on, then he goes in that pen. And he's got toys to keep him occupied, so he's learning to be a little more independent and sort of not rely on us. Like, we are not a playground. We're not a jungle gym. Just like, same with Murphy. When the time comes and they're loose together, like, I'm not going to teach him that Murphy is a workout apparatus. He needs to learn to sort of occupy himself. Now, that's not to say we don't play with him. We just don't play with him in that pen. We take him outside and we play with him. As far as nighttime, his crate is small enough that, or big enough rather, that he can stand up, turn around, and lay down. And that's it. And that's to discourage him from peeing in his crate. And so far, so good. He's had no accidents. First night, it was like 15 minutes of sad opera. And then that was it. So now he's sleeping through the night. He's still a bit sad when he goes in his pen and we're like in the room. But again, it's teaching him boundaries. Like, if we're sitting, if Evan's working, if I'm working or if I'm doing something, he needs to be able to occupy himself and not rely on us to be his chew toy. So boundaries also include being on the bed, being on the couch. Sorry if that was shaky cam guy, I had to handle it forcefully. Being on the bed, being on the couch, thresholds. All of these are boundaries that you really need to figure out what your rules are way ahead of time. And if your dog just can't handle those rules, you need to sort of up them until everything is very clear before you keep going. Some people take from what I'm saying is that I never let Murphy up on the couch, I never let him up on the bed, he's just a dog, he lives on the floor, he's so hard done by. And the reality is Murphy is totally allowed up on the couch with us, unless he's being a jerk. In which case, those privileges are revoked, just like you would with a kidlet. Same with the bed. He's allowed to snuggle with us on the bed. He typically does not sleep with us on the bed, unless we're taking a nap. But these are also our own rules, so you have to figure out what works for you. But like, if your dog isn't respecting you, and isn't... Nova, that's gross, honey. Nova, thank you. Let's go. Oh, fallen tree. Even things like looking out the window can be a boundary, especially if your dog barks at the window. then they don't get to see what's happening outside. Like, that's a pretty simple one. Sometimes that's hard to do. Like, sometimes you don't have the options of blinds or curtains or what have. You're a good boy, buddy. Whoop. And then in that case, that's where crate training comes in, because if they're in a crate, then they can't go bark at the window. And it's not forever, right? Now, longer than maybe you might want it to be. Like if you're trying to break a habit, like your dog going ape at the window using a crate, it's gonna be like, it's not a week fix. Might not even be a month fix. It might be several months, right? Oh my Lord. How are you up to? Hamish, whatever it is. All right. And yeah, so these are all just examples of different kind of boundaries. There are definitely more out there. Or like another quick example would be jumping up on people. That's a boundary. Even Kronk at his little puppy stage, I'm not letting him jump up on people, and I'm not letting him jump up on the walls of his playpen. Now granted, we're not sure what size he'll get, but if he does get any reasonable size, if he does that to the wrong person, he could hurt them. And that's the last thing I want, right? And if he learns that he can do that against surfaces like walls and stuff, again, he could very easily break something and hurt himself or others. So these are all the things I want to prevent, so I don't let him do that. Okay, this next bit is particularly challenging, so I'm going to sign off. I hope you guys are having as much fun as your dogs are today. They're loving the water. Oh, Nova, that was rude. Oh, that was rude. She just shook on me. If you have any questions about this or any other video, you know what to do. Otherwise, cheers, and we'll talk to you soon.